It was 2006. I was going to Tucson Design College, and I just remember being in school and I was doing fashion design. I had already at that point been traveling and doing fashion shows and putting on my own projections for several years now. And so after all my failures out in Seattle, and when I came to Tucson, I decided I'm gonna go do design school. And so I did. But one of the things I got so frustrated on is there's a lot of teaching you that you can't. You can't do it for yourself. You have to work for somebody else. You can't do things on your own. And I remember just getting really, really, really frustrated by that. And so I ended up dropping out, long story short, and opening up my own store downtown Tucson off of Congress. And I did it a little bit differently. I was only open during the evenings because I worked during the day, and it was a boutique. And so I promoted it the same way that I would promote any other production that I would have done, because that was the only way that I knew how to do things. So I did things in that manner, but it was a boutique. And so the catering companies that I had worked for, all the girls that I'd become friends with, had actually catered the event and walked around giving out hors d'oeuvres and stuff. And Tucson Design College, actually, their merchandising class actually came out and merchandised the whole entire store and worked that evening, so that I actually had helpers that night. And my mom came out and did balloon twisting animals, and there was fire performers, and they ate fire. We had live music, DJs. I I just remember feeling very, very, very overwhelmed. I wasn't expecting that many people. I didn't know that many people here in Tucson. So it was all word of mouth, as well as the advertising that I did in the paper. Um, but it was, I just kind of did it the same way that I would have done a fashion show. But I didn't expect that many people to come out because it wasn't a performance art show. It was a boutique opening, but I promoted it like a performance art piece. So people came out and they participated. It was amazing turnout. It honestly was a huge success. It was just, I just remember feeling so overwhelmed and stressed out because I wasn't expecting it all at once. It was more than I could have ever dreamed of. Um, but yeah, it was definitely an exciting time. It was very much magical on so many different levels. It was everything that I ever wanted, and I couldn't believe that I had manifested it and actually turned it into a reality. And I kind of wish that I knew then what I know now. I would do so many things differently, and I don't think I would have been so susceptible or so naive about all that comes with that.
Looking back at that period of time, opening up the store and taking on a project that big, I'm very proud of myself that I was able to accomplish it and actually open the store. And I'm very, very sad and disheartened that the store for me was a failure. And failures are different for everybody, but I do feel like it was a failure because I let myself down and I wasn't able to get myself out of the situations I had gotten myself into and the relationship that I'd gotten myself into. I didn't know how to get out. And I really feel like I kind of just tripped over myself in a lot of different ways and got stuck. And so, yeah, there's definitely some regrets, and I do feel the store, it was a personal failure for me, but it was a success that I was able to do it. And I think that it has helped me grow and evolve into the person that I am today. And for that, I'm very, very grateful because it taught me a lot about my priorities and what I really truly want and who I am. And so sometimes falling on your face, it doesn't always have to be such a terrible thing because we fall down so that we can learn how to stand. And I really did kind of have to learn how to pick myself back up. And it took me down this path that really brought my son and I back together and really changed the priorities in my life, as well as really turned me into the woman that I've become. And so it's put me on my path. I mean, from that one experience of owning that store and that relationship that I got into, it got me into psychology. It got me into being more self-aware. It really got me into trying to figure out who I am and where I fit in the world and with my family and with myself. And it really did cause me to look at my relationship with my son and really take the time to heal that and fix that. And I think that was a very pivotal moment for me. It opened up a lot of doors, and you got to be careful which doors you open up, because sometimes you don't know what's going to step out of that hallway. So I have a lot of happy memories and I have a lot of sad memories from that period of time. Um, the only thing I regret, I would say, looking back, is I regret closing the store. I should have fought a little bit harder. I wish that I was a little bit stronger, and I really honestly wish that I hadn't have shut those doors. That would be my only regret. As far as whether or not I would open another store, I think that I would open another store, but I think I would do a lot of things differently. So, there you have it.